Hello, I'm Anna, and today we are doing a mobility routine for postpartum. So if you are feeling tight and bound up and immobile and like all the things, I got you in this class today. Okay, so let's jump in. But before we start, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this and you're feeling the need for fitness, mobility, yoga, and a little bit of mindfulness sprinkled in. No fluff, just really effective and safe workouts for pregnancy and postpartum. Then please join the community. All right, let's jump in. So let's come over onto all fours. Props wise, before we start, I've got a bolster and a couple of yoga blocks. If you have those, please grab them. If you don't, then just a blanket or a cushion will do. So coming over onto all fours, and we're just going to start with some chest barrels today. So as if you're trying to make the biggest circle that you can with your chest, you can bend the elbows as you go, rounding through the shoulder blades at the top, pressing way into the floor, and then rolling the chest down towards the floor, out to the sides, and really just feeling that movement through the spine, shoulders, and chest. A few more here. And I go the other way. If you are earlier postpartum or you've had any diastasis recti, ab separation, sometimes back bending, so that's like arching, this position, can put a lot of pressure on that area. If you feel like that's happening, or you look down and you see any sort of coning or doming of the abdomen at the midline doing that movement, then you'll just back off a little bit. Just not arching the back so much. A little bit more here. Keep the breath going nice and steady and even. Nice, returning to all fours. Then here, just taking the left foot out to the side, so you can have the foot planted on the floor or you can have the heel up, whichever you prefer. It just targets slightly different areas in the groin and hamstring, so play around. We're going to rock back and forward. Nice, rocking back. So hopefully you're feeling a bit of a stretch through the inner thigh of that left leg and into the groin. This is also nice just for ankle mobility and hip mobility. Beautiful, a few more. This time we're going to reach out and open the chest to the left-hand side. And then as you rock back, just bringing the arm down. So rock forward, rotate out, and back down. Two more. Nice. Bringing that leg back and changing sides. I'm just gonna scooch over a bit. So just rocking back and forth. Remember, you can play around with the position of that foot. See where you just get more of a stretch into the hip. So trying to keep the weight over the center. You might find a tendency as you rock back to really collapse into the left side. Nice. And now forward, opening out with the chest, and hand comes down. Open out. Nice. So we're really trying to get some rotation here. So really reach up and rotate out to the right. One more. And back. Awesome. Okay. Here, rocking back onto the heels. Let's start on the right side. So take the right hand behind the head. Take that elbow down towards the floor. So a little bit more rotation here. And then opening out. So really trying to open, take that elbow back and reach up towards the ceiling. Nice. 2, 3. Really reaching up. Last one. Open. This time reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Hold. Keep breathing steady. And down. Beautiful. We're going to go straight to the other side. Left hand down. Elbow down to the floor. And opening. So this thoracic rotation is something we can really lose during pregnancy and postpartum because of the positions that we're in, especially holding baby a lot, holding kids on one hip, pushing prams. So really want to add this in. Okay, hold this one, reach up, really reaching, reaching, reaching. Keep going with that rotation. And back. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to rock back into a down dog position. So taking the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, exhale, gently activating through the core and lift the knees off. We'll just hold in a hover here for a moment before sending the hips back. Keep a nice bend through the knees for now, and let's just start to pedal out through the feet. Just feeling stretch through the hammies. The heels do not have to reach the floor. I'd rather that you keep a nice long spine and work the heels towards the floor rather than force them down and then get a lot of rounding and tension through the back. Awesome. You can keep a little bend through the knees. Let's take the left hand a little bit more into the center. Right hand is going to reach back and through towards the opposite leg. So left leg. Now, you can try and hold on to it at the knee, the calf, the ankle, or if you don't make contact, you can just reach towards that side, okay? Keep pressing that left hand firmly into the floor. Switch it over. Right hand down, reach the left hand back and through. Nice. Calming back over onto all fours. Okay, we're going to take some little rocks from here forward into a plank position. Being very mindful here if you do have any ab separation, diastasis recti still, that you're just monitoring yourself. If you do get any of that coning or doming, or you feel like a lot of pressure here at the midline, or you feel like, oh, I've got to hold on to my tummy, then it's probably a little bit strong. You can come down to the knees instead. So here we are. Exhale as we rock forward into a plank and back. We're going to do 5 of those. Exhale. So activating the core gently as we come forward. Inhale, exhale, switching on. Nice. Last one, we're going to take a bit of a hold in our plank position. You can absolutely drop down to the knees. And we hold for 10, 9, 8, keep that core activated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to the knees, beautiful, and drop back. Okay, we're going to bring the left foot forward into a lunge position, just coming up to a high lunge for a moment, tucking the tail under, tuck, 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 till hopefully you can already feel a stretch down this right side. Nice. Holding here, keep pulling forward, hips are square. Awesome. Now we're going to come down into a bit of a lower sort of lizard lunge. So here you can use your bolster or cushion to have the hands up a little bit higher if you need to, or you can bring them down to the floor. Then we're just going to open out through that left hip. So rocking the hip open and closed, coming onto the long edge of the foot. You can even use the hand here a little bit as well if you want to push out on that hip. But we're still being quite active here, remembering that you know, the relaxin hormone in the body can hang around for some time, keeping some laxity in the joints. So we are just being mindful of that as we stretch. We don't want to be holding passive stretches for a really long time too soon after Baba. Okay, nice, keep going there. Let's see if we can come down onto the elbows. Still just rocking and shifting, perhaps coming off the back foot as well. This does make things a little bit more intense. Keeping a nice long spine. And let's switch over. Bringing the right foot forward. Let's come back up to that high lunge. Tucking the tail under, square the hips, drive that left hip forward. So tucking the tail till you feel that stretch through that left hip. Nice. Keep this quite active as well. Feet are pressing down into the floor. Relax the shoulders and the face. Coming down now for our lizard lunge. So you can angle that right foot out and then just start taking some movement through the hip. Nice, you can take that right hand into it as well. Opening out. Nice. You can try coming down onto the elbows as well, and then tucking the toes of the back foot, taking the knee off, keeping a nice long spine. Beautiful. Bringing that down, coming all the way up and bringing that leg around. Nice. Let's move into a squat position. So if you have any prolapse, pelvic organ prolapse, or any symptoms of heaviness or bulging down in the vagina, then a deep squat isn't recommended for you right now. So if that is you, then you're going to work on a toe sit instead. So this position here, we're really opening through the feet and trying to stay here the whole time if you can, but if you need to rest, you can come off, tap the feet and come back in here as well, okay? But if you're not having any prolapse at the moment, then we're going to take a deep squat. So over into this position here. If you can't get the heels down to the floor, please get a bolster or a blanket or roll up the mat a little bit and you can prop up the heels, but we're not sitting on the bolster. That's too easy. So that's just for the heels, okay? Otherwise, we're trying to get the heels down to the floor if possible, and then we'll take a nice long spine. So think about nice and tall up to the ceiling. And this one is really nice for the hips, the back, the ankles. Lots of good stuff going on here. Okay, now we're going to keep this position and round the back. You can round as much as possible. Take the head down towards the floor. And then lengthen. Sitting up nice and tall, trying to lengthen out the spine. And then we'll just take one little twist here. So holding left hand onto the right ankle and reach up towards the ceiling. Coming back down, right hand to the left ankle and left hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. Beautiful. And bring it back down. If you're still in the toe set, awesome. If you are, come out of it now and we'll all just come back to a kneeling position. Let's roll the shoulders back and forward. And let's just finish with a big sighing out breath. Inhale. Give it a little shake. Beautiful. Thanks for joining me for that quick little mobility reset. And I'll see you again really soon. Bye.